myself for 5 minutes. Ms. Brown, over the past 5 years, FEMA has paid more than $2 billion in interest payments to service its debt, nearly $2 billion more to reduce it, but FEMA still owes $17.75 billion to U.S. taxpayers. Many of us asserted that FEMA is unlikely to ever be able to repay its debt. Do you foresee any scenario in which the debt can be repaid over time? Can you outline a range of public policy options for how Congress might enable FEMA to be able to address its debt to the U.S. Treasury?
We have looked at this issue, and the bottom line is, as it currently stands, FEMA's been able to make principal repayments because they have experienced relatively low flood loss years, and that's how they've been able to do it. It's not clear that it's reasonable to expect that to continue to occur in the future in order for FEMA to be able to make those payments. So there's a possibility that in certain years where FEMA experiences higher than normal flood years, that they actually could see their borrowing from Treasury go up because they may actually have to borrow from the Treasury in order to make their interest payment. There are a range of scenarios that could be taken to address this. A decision could be made to forgive the debt in order to allow the program to start on a more sound financial footing, provided appropriate reforms are in place. Another way to do it would be to consider, a surcharge that FEMA could add to existing premiums to be used to pay down the debt. That raises questions of fairness. Is it fair for the current and future policyholders to have to pay a surcharge to repay the debt? So there are many ways to think about it. This isn't something that we have specifically studied, but we've looked at and read a number of possible alternatives. But this is a challenge that has to be addressed in order for the program to be put on a more stable financial footing going forward.
Well, GAO has also suggested that operational and management issues may also limit efforts to address the NFIP's financial challenges and meet the program goals. Can you highlight some of those issues for us?
Yes. In the last decade, we've identified and made recommendations to address issues surrounding the rate setting process and how that's handled. We've raised issues with the quality of the data that FEMA uses to do some of its rate setting. We've raised concerns about the financial management controls and the system in place. We've had findings surrounding the oversight of the WIOs. We've also looked at the incentive structure that FEMA uses to incent WIOs surrounding increasing the number of policyholders in the program and expanding the risk pool. We've also, in the work that we currently have underway, we've identified a number of challenges associated with their information technology and investments that they've made in a program, a technology program that failed, that cost FEMA substantial sums of money. So human capital management, identifying where they need people and a mechanism to make sure that the program is being adequately managed during emergencies and outside of emergencies. So a full range of issues to be fully addressed.
Thank you, thank you. And then Ms. McConkey, I might get it right sometime. Given your experience in Illinois, can you provide the committee with your point of view on risk-based pricing and how it should work, and also our alternatives that communities could consider for mitigating flood damage?
Yes.
Or risk, I should say, yes.
It's very important that the people who are living at risk know the risk and share and be part of the paying for their risk. It is, we feel, inappropriate to externalize that risk to the rest of the taxpayers, the federal taxpayers. But we also understand that you have to gradually move towards actual rates for flood insurance, and that we also need to look at a more holistic view of our at-risk communities and not just consider flood insurance or just a levy to be the ultimate answer. We need to look at really having more sustainable communities, which might include a retreat from, strategic retreat from the floodplain, or buying flood easements, or other management techniques, mitigation techniques that will really long-term reduce our flood risk in the nation.
Right. Thank you, and my time has expired. Recognize